So in this part 2, what has led me to Freemasonry, what leads me to Masonry, because it's constantly leading me to Masonry, and I'm so proud, I really need you to understand that, I was going through a lot of crap at work, day job. Y'all gotta have a day job if you're not living off royalties and you're not rich, you know what I mean? And I'd spent, now is 11 years in the entertainment industry with Time Magazine and all these articles and top 1% of, actors and actresses of all time with IMDb, and that's a permanent placement for me, and, but I'm not rich, So as far as succeeding, honey, I've already succeeded. It's about your journey, not about the payoff. Okay? So I don't really need some random stranger who I'm just now coming to talk to, telling me how much they care. And, if I want to have any kind of success, I need to listen to them, Screw you. And that's as politely as I can put it. Because if you want me to be honest, I can be pretty rude. Yay! And you're lucky I'm not being rude, because I have a potty mouth and everything, man. And I'm proud of my little potty mouth. And I'm proud of being a Freemason. And I'm proud that I'm helping people, and that I want to help people and children throughout my whole life. My life is dedicated to the service of others, and that's what a Freemasonry is. That's what a Freemason is. And, whether you want to look at it as in a whole body and slam a whole body, or right down to an individual Freemason, our lives are dedicated to the betterment of mankind and those who dwell on planet Earth and beyond. Because I'm sure we're gonna want to help aliens if we could help aliens, you know what I mean? Like, whatever, dude. Get off your little high horse hoity-toity, and just because you watched a video that slams it, it's like God came down and told you, we're evil! So, Danny's been there to help me a lot. Especially at work, when I worked there. Thank the Lord I don't now. Because you want me to be honest? I've worked for a few really incredible companies along the way in life. And I've also worked for a few really crappy companies along the way in life. And I don't mind telling you about that. If they didn't like it, they wouldn't have done it. If they don't want people to know, you shouldn't have done it. Walgreens is one of those types of companies, and you can sue me all you want for speaking the truth, man. Go for it. I dare you. But let's get some facts straight. I was going through a rough time, as we all were. And they've become nice to me. The 5 different gangs that are there on the corner. And gang activity, gang life is a very big part of Los Angeles, even in the tiny little suburbs, and, even in places you wouldn't expect, like the Richie areas, and it's not just something for a poor, low-class area. Don't have that sort of mindset, because even in LA, gangs are prevalent. And on that corner in particular, where Walgreens is in Bellflower, the 24-hour store that I worked at, they made it rough on me, dude. I mean, not just my people that I worked with, but they made it rough on me, dude. And, I feared for my life and my safety in a lot of points, my bad, because you're trashed, and I'm not legally allowed to sell you beer at the time, hour, let alone, in your condition, you want to pull a gun out on me? I mean, I can't even tell you how many times that I almost died, because I wouldn't sell beer to some trashed person. What kind of person is that? Obviously not someone who wants to help mankind. And the betterment of mankind. Which is why I'm a Mason and they're not. And I don't mean anything against gang members, because some of them are actually really nice. They're just a gang member because you're going to die if you're not. A lot of times, you can't look at all gang members as though they're trashy people and they're low life, because they're not, man. A lot of times, people are in gangs because that's the only way they will be able to survive, is by joining forces rather than going against them, you know? And when you see people with tattoos all over their face and their eyelids and everything, man, don't say anything. Just give them a smile. Acknowledge their presence as though they are worth being alive, because they really are. Now, I was at the front register at the door. I was not allowed in any other position while working there, because, as they put it to me on my very first day, you're being thrown to the wolves. And they would not allow any sort of security. They could only have some person standing at the door during holiday time, and that was the closest they would come to allowing security, because in all truthfulness, they didn't even want cops to come into their store, because they knew their customer base were more gang members than anything else, you know, and there was all kinds of walks of life that shop there. You know, I met some of the richest people I've known to some of the poorest people I've known, and, you know, along the way, scattered about each level, there's gang members, and there's loaded with gang members in LA. Now, I really appreciate getting to know the ones that I have, you know, as humans, and, they knew that and used it to their advantage. I wasn't allowed to advance. I wasn't allowed to do anything other than stay there at the front door, because they knew that they would, you know, have customers and be safe, and so to speak, or whatever you want to call it, because the gang members that were coming in there actually really liked me. And I'm grateful for that. You know, it says a lot about me as a person, you know. But a few of us in the store, including my pharmacist, you know, we didn't feel safe, because we weren't safe, to be honest. And we wanted to have, you know, with the approval, we'd pay for it ourselves if need be, because God forbid a company pay for somebody's safety. And they don't have fire alarms or anything, they're just for show. But, my manager at the time, his name was Art, and the assistant manager, her name was Miss T. Her child was like 2 or 3 years old at the time, maybe about 3 or something, right? And she brought him in a few times, and oh, he's such a sweetheart. He's like one of the cutest little kids ever in the world, you know? And like one of those, he's so beautiful, you know he's gonna grow up to be, if he wanted to be a model, oh, he could, you know, that kind of a deal. And, but his mom, man, and the manager himself, you know, his name's Art, he was also a pedophile. He was taken out of his store in Orange County, much like the priesthood, where they just shuffle you around. That's what Walgreens is. And I don't really care if you sue me for being honest. If you don't like it, you should change your ways. And if you don't like people telling you what you've done online publicly, well, then you shouldn't have done it to begin with. And I won't say everything, because this video is not about a slam. Okay? But, he was also embezzling from the company, and he didn't like that I have platform in the entertainment industry, and my friends and my brothers and family, non-Masonic, you know, are some big names in entertainment, and that I threatened him to use it to my advantage to help people, because we're either going to get something done, or you're going to get out. You can take your pick. So he was escorted out a couple months after I left for embezzling, but he was also a pedophile. And that's why he was not allowed in Orange County anymore. He was taken out of his Orange County store because he was a pedophile, and they escorted him out in both locations. Cops on each arm. You know? Welcome to Walgreens. But that's the kind of crap that they pull. And that's just one store. You want more stories? You don't want to hear them. But, I know Danny helped me along the way. And help Audrey and Kevin and I to be safe and go home in the morning after our shift. And with Kevin, like, don't tell anyone, because I don't want it to come back and hurt him. But when he's really tired and he just can't keep going on anymore, he'll go and sit in his car on his lunch break and he'll fall asleep. And he wants me or whoever at the time working there, right, keep an eye on him, you know. So make sure he's safe. And I can't remember his last name, but I love him. And Andy Ballister, he was the other pharmacist, you know, because they would rotate. And then Audrey, you know, I just love my peoples, you know. But they wouldn't even let us take safety courses and get a gun so that we could protect ourselves. Now, I found out that I was allowed to have a stun gun, so that's what I got, and that's what I tried to show everyone and get them into having, because like it or not, Walgreens couldn't do anything about it legally, and that's really, if that's all that we're allowed to have, that's all we're allowed to have. And this does have a lot to do with this video, so I hope you're enjoying. But, we didn't feel safe, dude, and I know that, you know, Danny's spirit was there to help protect us on many occasions. Really, big time. And I know that I should have been dead in a lot of the situations. Like, Audrey should have been dead in the situations. And, you know, Audrey's had worse experiences than I have. And that's a girl, dude. So I would pray to Danny, you know, help me help you. And at the same time, will you help all my people in my pharmacy and, you know, and my Audrey, and, you know, let us go home each night. And I'm sorry you didn't get a chance to go home, and you're dead now. But watch over them, especially on the nights when I'm not there and I've got off for the night, you know. Please be there to watch over them and protect them. And protect your family and all your friends, and help find a way to have your friends and family, you know, come to terms with what happened to you, and, you know, be safe, and, you know, but if you don't mind, help my people in my store, because we're not safe with all the gangs around. We really need protection, and we were told to our faces that the only way that they would ever consider getting security, somebody has to die first. And it will take a situation of dying where they can't hide it in order for them to actually go about pretending to make a change. So when I started having all these little thoughts of, like, you know, you need to be a Mason, you're a Mason, that's who you are, and, you know, go to the lodge and you'll find out, you know, you'll understand over time, you know, this is something you're supposed to do. So, with all the amount of respect that I was given to my Danny, you know, like I said, I didn't even know him in life, you know, but I know he was there protecting me. And I know that all this stuff surrounding Masonry, and when I need to go down there, just go, you know, I knew it was coming from him. Now, whether it was or not, that's not the point. Like I said, I'm giving him credit, because he was 16 and he needs to have some goodness in his life. So I want to give him credit for something I feel that's a blessing for me. Like it or not, there you go. So, with all that I know he'd done for me, and for Audrey and Andy Ballister, wherever he is, somebody help me find him. And hopefully along the way I can go back and see my Audrey, and I'll walk into that Walgreens again, and hopefully I'll get to see Kevin again, and, you know, like, I just love my people, you know. And, I even love all my customers, dude. Like, I mean, they're fantastic. you know, especially around my birthday time, and I've told you all of that, and, you know, I'll share more information about it in my life. So I keep saying, I give him credit for, you know, helping me, what led to my becoming a Freemason. Because I'm a proud Mason, and I'm grateful for all that Freemasonry is and has been and will ever be. And I think a 16-year-old kid that died tragically, and I know his ghost has still been there to help me and save me and everything, you deserve it. If all you want me to do is become a Mason, well then that's the least I can do. So, here, China. Dude, this keeps stopping on this picture. So I'm going to show you in the video the I am that I am affirmations. Look, honeys. That's me in China. It's one of the times with her in Burbank, you know. I love China, and I love Danny, and I love all my deceased friends that I've known or not known, you know. I love life. And I love, you know, that I grew up raised around spirits and everything. And I'm not dumb and naive to say, oh no, once you die, you rot in a box and that's it. Because that's not the way it is, you know. And, you know, I'm listening to this and it's showing me the picture once again of me and my China. I love my girl. And, we tried to live a healthy life and do good things and everything, and because of where we were at that point, we kind of bonded over hot dogs. And through talking to her afterwards, I mean, I love my China. I love all that girl is and ever was and ever will be. I really hope she's resting in peace and harmony and the light and the love of God's light, you know. I really hope Danny is as well. And I know he's been there for me to help save me and my friends, you know, that crappy job, and let us go home safely at night without being shot, stabbed, whatever. So, what led me to Freemasonry is spiritual activity, and unfortunately the death of a 16-year-old child. And the fact that I do want to have a better life, and I am all about the blessings of everyone else, and, you know, and help them, and, you know, help me find a way to help them, and that kind of a deal, you know. And I'm so sorry that you died, and let me please, you know, I've only got a couple bucks on me, let me go get you a candle, you know, that kind of a thing. That's who I am. And I know that's what Danny wanted me to find out, you know, more so, and to be around people such as myself, like-minded men, you know. So I'm sure along the way, one or two might not be the best example of a Freemason, you know. Thank God there's no actual face of Freemasonry, but if there is, you can have none, you know. But really, man, I give Danny and spiritual activity and God and my wanting to be the best that I can be and help people in life. And that's what I want my life to be used for, is to help people, you know? That's what led me to Freemasonry, and that's what keeps me in Freemasonry. And it's not the slams of people writing to me telling me, oh, if you want to have any kind of success in your life, you know, screw you, dude. I don't need anybody telling me what to do and what not to do and how to live my life, and you're lucky I'm being polite about it. So, stay tuned for a whole lot more when it comes to God Bless Freemasonry and my show. Because all you're doing with your little slams at me is making me even more proud to be a Freemason, and you bet your butt. I didn't say the A word. You bet your butt, you know, that I'm going to continue doing my show and promoting Freemasonry and educating all of you naive people that want to make slams, or the people that just don't know and don't want to make slams. God bless you. But I'm gonna educate you. And if you're actually watching these videos and learning, and you still want to make a slam, namaste, mother truckers. May God bless you. And may God bless Freemasonry, whether you like it or not. Open your eyes. Because if you don't, somebody else will. And then, well, you won't be getting credit for being the one to initiate everything. Because let me tell you, everyone wants to make slams so that they can have a better appearance for somebody else. And when it comes to making slams to a celebrity, even on a small scale like myself, all you're doing is doing it publicly in hopes of feeling better about you and yourself and your crappy little existence. You want a better life? You better do something about it. Co-create with God, our source, our creator. Do something about your life rather than putting other people down. Good promotes good. Bad promotes bad. You know, it's a domino effect. You want a good life? Stop doing bad things and, you know, putting people down. Do all about good and helping mankind. And the more you can do for other people, the more you're blessed, man. Whether that's a good thing or not, or, you know, somebody wants to use that to your advantage, be a better person. Be the change you wish to see in the world. 'Cause I'm trying.